story, and to South Asia we go, where an internal memo for Air India's CEO has provided key updates regarding the ongoing investigation into the recent crash involving one of the airline's Boeing 787 aircraft. The CEO emphasised that the investigation is still far from over, following the preliminary report that failed to pinpoint a definitive cause of the crash. The memo also stressed that no recommendations were made in the preliminary findings, urging everyone to avoid premature conclusions. Addressing concerns about the flight crew, the CEO confirmed that the pilots had passed the mandatory pre-flight breathalyzer test and there were no observations related to their medical status. Additionally, the memo assured that no issues were found with the quality of fuel or any abnormalities during the aircraft's takeoff roll. Air India is committed to maintaining full cooperation with the investigators and performing all necessary checks, as well as any new ones suggested by authorities. Every Boeing 787 in the airline's fleet was inspected shortly after the incident, with all aircraft cleared as fit for service, according to Air India. Furthermore, the preliminary report found no mechanical or maintenance issues with the aircraft or its engines, providing some reassurance about the plane's condition. The airline remains focused on ensuring the safety of its operations. We're now joined by Captain S.S. Painsar, who's an aviation expert and ex-director of flight safety for Indian Airlines. Thank you very much for joining us live from New Delhi. Captain, what additional steps do you think should investigators take now to make sure that the preliminary report, to make sure that the preliminary report has no definitive cause?
Well, I have just come to know that the Boeing has set the position and the system of fuel switches is a safer system. There's no change required. At the same time, the Air India has announced that they have done the changes in the fuel switches. Let me tell you one thing. No airline can change anything in the system of the aircraft without the permission of the Boeing company. How they have changed the position of the situation of the fuel switches without taking permission from Boeing company? Now, I have been telling right from the beginning, let there be judicial inquiry. All these people, especially the head of the operation department, chief operating officer, and the director, head of the engineering department, they should be taken into the custody till the report is out. Now, all these changes they're making, it seems that our aviation is becoming a mockery of civil aviation in the world. Somebody said we have done the changes in the fuel switches. Boeing said, no, this system is very fail-safe, there's no changes required. Now, what is going on? Is it the way the airline has to run? Who are the people giving these statements? They should be taken into custody immediately. And it is high time they should ask for judicial inquiry instead of this closed-door investigation. Yes. It's a very sad state of affairs which is running in this country. And are they trying to pacify the public by giving false statements, or they want to give a justifiable reason that made this crash to happen? So that we want to find out why it led to this crash, so that we find out the methods to improve the system so that it doesn't occur in future.
As we've said, Captain Painsar, this is a preliminary report with a final report expected soon. However, as you have said, and as have we have said, there is no definitive answer to why this plane crashed, leading to the death of over 270 people here. How common is it for a preliminary aviation report to be inconclusive like this one has been? And what does that tell us about this investigation timescale?
I think this investigation is just a cover-up operation. There are no experts. They have to be very, very expert people to investigate this accident, which I think this AAIB is lacking all those experts. We would like to know their experience and the training they have done regarding investigation of accidents in the world where they have done it. They are just giving on their imagination, the reports and all that. There are many, many serious parameters which are involved to be investigated in this crash. Now, it is yet to be seen how these people are coming to this preliminary report. It seems to be it was given before the crash. This is applicable before the crash. They give details of the pilot's flying experience, which is not go. You tell us the reason that led to the crash, this crash at Ahmedabad, killing so many people. How do they justify this crash? We want to know the reason. We don't want. We know the pilots were trained. They were well trained. They will not violate any rules of the air and the license violations or medical violation.
Yes.
But they tell us the exact reason why the crash took place.
Captain Painter, you are staying with us. We've got further information for our viewers now. The Directorate